Macmillan Audio presents The Forgotten Book by Mechthild Gläser. Read for you by Erin Spencer.
One night. She was crying as she turned the handle and tugged at it. The window was stuck. It was old, antique, like everything else in this place. It was a place seemingly untouched by time, as if the decades simply blew past like leaves in the wind. A place where nothing ever changed, where seconds and years had no meaning. Even the night felt centuries old, as if this was the same night that had fallen for hundreds of years. Somber, blacker than black, it loomed over the treetops and cloaked the high walls the way it always had. And yet, things had changed. Things, people, and words. And not necessarily in that order. Her legs trembled as she climbed onto the window ledge, blinking back the tears and breathing in the ancient darkness. Not even the moon, it seemed, wanted any part in this. It was very high in the sky, very far away. But she'd known she was alone in this from the start. She hesitated a moment longer, then closed her eyes, and everything happened in a flash. The night air flooded her lungs. The blood roared in her ears as she leaned forward, loosened her grip on the window frame, and slid her feet over the edge. Words flashed through her mind, trying to tempt her. But they couldn't reach her anymore. She was leaving them behind, just like everything else. She jumped off the ledge, and the voices in her head fell silent. For the space of a heartbeat, she was part of the never-ending night, and then the ground came up to meet her, fast. She was surprised in spite of herself. The landing wasn't as hard as she'd feared, but it was hard enough to sprain her ankle. She gritted her teeth and ran. Her feet felt as though they were moving of their own accord. Pain shot through her with every step, hot and sharp. But she kept running. She couldn't go back now, even if she wanted to. And it was too late anyway. There was nothing she could do. No way of changing things. Not far to the Rhine. He was waiting for her. 1. It is a truth universally acknowledged that returning home after a long absence is one of the best feelings in the world. That's how I felt anyway, when I arrived back at Stolzenberg one rainy Friday afternoon to find the keep swathed in fog and the castle courtyard gray in the hazy afternoon light. It was unusually cold for August. Nevertheless, I stood for a long moment outside the double entrance doors, closed my eyes, and breathed the smell of wet, age-old masonry deep into my lungs. Raindrops splashed down onto my face like a blustery welcoming committee, while the wind tugged at my ponytail as if trying to get in to dance. At last, I was home at last. This was the place I'd called home for the past 4 years, at any rate. The first place I'd ever known that felt like a real home. I spread my arms wide and was about to spin on the spot for joy when I heard the noise of an approaching car and decided against it. Through the gate came a gleaming black limousine, and out of it stepped Helena von Stein, the best student in my class and currently head girl. She wafted toward me, opening an elegant umbrella. I let my arms fall back to my sides. Emma. Helena eyed my sodden suitcase and the mud stains on my red summer coat as the chauffeur lifted her luggage, suitcases, hat box, and vanity case, out of the car. "Oh, dear, did you walk here?" She raised one eyebrow. "Hi, Helena." I beamed at her. Not even Princess von Stein, as I like to call her, could put me in a bad mood.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?